All right, welcome back, builders. We're back with whooping. I went ahead and I got the research done just so that we could start on a strong point here. So we have unlocked the dirt structure technology. That's right here. We get dirt structure, we get dirt construction, a shelf, agronomy pine. Learn how to plant pine yields logs. Okay, and a wall lamp. Provide illumination inside buildings. Okay, cool. And we're going to follow this. We're not going to try to fight it. So they want us to build a wooden house no smaller than 5 by 5. Build a dirt foundation of at least 5 by 5. All right, we're going to do that. I think we're going to do it right here. Okay, it's going to do the same. I see. Cancel that. It's a little weird. The way it works is they want you to left click once, and then that starts this rather than clicking and dragging. It's just very, very strange interface option there. That's all right. Okay, build a dirt foundation 5 by 5. Then build a dirt wall. Okay, so window. Yeah, holy moly. That's a pre-existing. Okay, we're not going to try to fight it though. I think I'm gonna let it just build that first. I'm not sure if I could set up the walls, but yeah, I don't want to fight. All right, so what do you use? You're gonna use stone, I take it. We have 184 at the moment. I do have them getting some more sticks. I am producing some tools so that hopefully we can get to the point where everybody has tools equipped. I have a couple people who already have theirs and a couple people who don't. And like I mentioned, I'm continuing to produce some more research. Just, we're going to need it, obviously. And I don't want to have holdups while we're trying to get through the tutorial. I'd like to get through the tutorial in this episode. I don't know if that will or won't happen. You. I don't have that done yet. Okay. Still working on it. Nobody's feeling the construction, eh? Who is my person who should be doing this? Whooping or the two people who are busy. And yeah, I really don't want to have other people do it. All right, we're just gonna be patient. Yeah, don't. Oh, you research? No. Well, you're not even set to do research. No, never mind. I really wish that these names were not doing that. Do not flip the names. Pick one way or the other so that they're where I expect them to be. All right, she just finished the last tool. Who doesn't have it? Yes. No. Oh, there's rarity? Okay. Okay, I see you. I'm going to change you up to the better one. No, you can have a common one. She's going to get the better one. I would hope that you would put down the other one. You can have common. Okay, I think that's everybody having a tool now. I have one on the ground still. Okay, she has one now. Oh, you're just hiding from me? Okay, I think I must be one short. All right, so we'll cancel that. We'll craft a wooden tool. Yes. Okay. Yeah, having that done. So what is the actual stats on one of those? Let's look. Mining speed, farming speed, crafting speed. Okay, yeah, so just kind of all the things. I wonder if there's going to be other types of tools. Like, is there a research tool? I hope so. All right, we'll speed that up. Okay, our wheat is almost half grown. 42% on the cotton, 22% on the pumpkin. I do note we are getting a little low on food. Let's turn this on. Stewed flat bread. Simple cook, stewed flat bread. All right, I assume that that's better than just the plain flatbread. And that's going to use up the last 5 of our flatbread. So I want to use that so they don't eat it. Especially if we could get a better meal out of it. So that way I can see that. So that's our dried meat. Okay, it's over here. Okay, flatbread. Happiness 5, fullness 500. 5, 700. Yeah, so the stew is worth 200 extra fullness. So I most definitely want to do that. Man, I hope we get some more efficient storage. I think we have a shelf now, but I'm not going to fight this. We're just going to do exactly what it wants us to do for the tutorial. I did have to cancel the broken bed. It looked like it had queued it up to be rebuilt, but they just weren't working on it. And it was red for some reason. When I canceled it and placed a new one, it was green. So I assume that just means it works better? Question mark. So, yeah. Hopefully that's fine. Eating on foot. Man, we need a table. We need a table real bad. I don't think we have gotten the technology for that. Shelf. Requires construction skill 0. Space for storing supplies. If you keep it in a room that in a lower temperature, it will extend the shelf life. Okay. So we're going to be working with room temps and whatnot. So kind of like Amazing Cultivation Simulator. All right, for the time being, I'm not going to plant any trees. I'll probably grow to regret that, I assume, at some point. All right, we got one more floor tile to finish. Whooping's continuing his research. Excellent. And finishing off the floor. Okay, next thing they want us to do. Got it. In the housing menu, find dirt wall. Okay, so that's here. Wall. Dirt wall. And complete the walls for the foundation you just built. All right. Yeah, so this is very strange to me. You left click once to start it, and then you do that. It almost feels like they were thinking they were gonna need touch controls. I don't know. I just find it very strange. That's so counter to what I would normally expect. All right, then we're gonna need doors and windows. We have a simple wooden door or a large wooden door. A grand gate, imposing, majestic, clearly the kind of a wealthy and prominent family could possess. Oh, it's like a double door. Okay, I don't think we need a double door on this. A single wizard will do it for us. Okay, we'll do that. And then we have window and large window. So let's do a regular sized window. Well, those. Okay, so construct walls, simple door, wooden window. Okay, again, I have literally no idea how many windows we would want or whatever. I think I just like these. No, lots of windows, so we have some natural light in there. And then we need a roof, tiled roof. Sure. Okay, I mean, that looks kind of nice, if nothing else, I guess. Okay, that should be everything. Oh boy, that is in the way. Why? Why is not the button? What was the button that hid roofs? Oh no. Okay, I'm not gonna fiddle with menus that I don't know yet. All right, I will go look at settings. Control. I want to hide roofs. Help menu, show hide. F for hiding roofs. Okay, that's still a little in the way if I'm being honest. I guess I'm just playing really zoomed in at the moment. Mini games, you start kind of zoomed in and you just like go back. All right, are we gonna have enough lumber? I have 61. What were those things we were queuing up costing me? One. That's not an insignificant amount. It's 25 for the roof at least. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna need a little bit more wood. There's a fully grown pine. We'll have somebody cut that. corn. Okay. Very interesting corn. Man, this is a fantasy world. Corn is a new world crop. Corn did not exist in ancient China. Pretty certain about that. Do we have potatoes here too? That's kind of funny, actually. I've never ran across that. All right, get that tree down. Does it? I was gonna say, does it tell me how much? 61 looks like was the number. All right, the walls are coming up pretty nicely. I'm glad we made those tools before we got started on that. What else could we make? All right, we're done with that. Bandages, iron toolkit, silver toolkit, golden. Just have the basic weapons. And a powder to treat injuries. We need red meat and cotton. What a choke that on down. Okay. I do like the grass on these. Hiding that does kind of take that away from me a little bit. And unfortunately, she's the only person who I have on construction other than Whooping, and Whooping is busy with the research, so just kind of is what it is on that. Let's speed this up, and we'll let them go. What I really want in this episode is I want to get to the point that we can start practicing some cultivation. That is the ideal. We'll see if we can make it there. I do need to keep a close eye on this food thing too. We don't know how to make jerky yet. We might actually be in a little bit of trouble on the food front. From what Master says, we can build wooden houses with beams, pillars, doors, windows, and even eaves? No, let's just get decadent. That's so much grander than huts. It'll definitely be more comfortable to live in. Oh, ouch. Master, this way we'll definitely beat them back with a crushing defeat. Don't get complacent too soon. When I watched everyone fight off the enemies, I noticed your martial arts have grown rusty. We must resume training quickly. Improving our own strength is a top priority. Yes, Master, but it seems we left in such a hurry we forgot to bring our martial arts scriptures with us. First, let's check what we have on hand, and then search the surrounding area to see if we can find anything else. Master, I'm much better now. Thank you for your concern. Healing is only a temporary fix. I think we had two things happen there at once. To fend off enemies long term, you must strengthen your foundation. We need to awaken your Dantang quickly and practice skills to resist enemies and protect ourselves. You speak the truth, Master, but where do we begin? The bandits retreated today, but stronger foes will come again. According to the Sect's classics, calm your mind, draw ki into your body, and strike the Datan. Calm your mind, no haste. Guide ki with will. Unblock meridians, awaken Dantang. Alright, first step to becoming a mighty figure in the martial world is to awaken your Dantian. Probably mispronouncing that. The foundation for integrating martial arts of all. Let a disciple awaken their Dantain. You can build training grounds and sandbag. Assign disciple to train and increase Dantain XP. Select a disciple whose Dantain cultivation progress is full. Open the combat tab and awaken. Okay, well, I'm gonna need the training thing, which we don't have. I'm gonna guess that's a research. Interesting. Yeah, this is an advanced cultivation facility, provides XP. So we have Buddhism, Wulinism, Kiminism, which automation has Hermit. There you go. And Taoism. Okay, taming facility, textile pharmacology, master outfit. I believe that this was just added in the patch today. When the game launched, something happened. There was a bug and there was no sound. And so as an apology, they released a couple of things that were going to be some DLCs. Hopefully that doesn't indicate that they're planning on doing 1,000 little DLCs. But either way, that's a nice gesture. Blacksmith. Okay, I'm not seeing things in here that scream bricks. Interesting. That screams cultivation. Decoration, fence, air dried. Huh. Training. Researched. Available. I have literally no idea what that's trying to tell me. Okay, what am I missing? Marshall, chopping, or no, material, equipment, others. Okay, so I do appreciate that they have blueprints, but you also can free build. That kind of reminds me of, what was the Kung Fu game we played? Had the same kind of system. Okay, none of that worked. Bed, storage. All right, are you ready to have your... You said go to the combat. Build a training ground or sandbag. But can I game? Activity priority. Okay, none of that works. It's actually, well, we're all sleeping right now. Hide resources. Yeah, so you can hide. Okay, there's the button for the hide roofs also. You can hide resources. That's these. I kind of like to have those up just so I can make sure that the people aren't leaving things on the ground. You can build training ground. Can I? When you initially settle down and want to take it a step further, recruit more disciples, expand your foundations, you need to establish your own sect and announce it to the world. Okay, we're not there yet, obviously, which we're close, apparently. Okay, no. Okay, there's a whole bunch of different sects in the world, but that's, again, not it. Quests. Okay, post station, that's that other little place on the map. Cool, but we haven't been told to go there yet. Camera, interaction, schedule, agriculture, capturing system. Build a prison? Oh, war crimes on the horizon. Okay, construction, deconstruct. I feel like we're missing something here. And I feel like it's research. Crafting table. Okay, we have all that. We have all that. Sandbag. Combat Arts 2. Combat Arts 2. Punching bag. Grindstone. Scholar. Okay, that's cultivation. That's not combat, though. Combat Arts 2. Combat Arts 1. Combat Arts 2. Oh, that's a sandbox. I'm reading what I want to read. So I didn't find what I wanted there. I wanted sandbag. You can build the training ground, assign type. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to pause you guys for a second because obviously I need to figure out wherever this is. Okay, that was a very frustrating experience. So I think I found what we need to do. So under shelter, which is not mentioned literally anywhere in the tutorial, we have arena. I think that might allow us to do it. If not, I am really stuck. But that did give me a cultivation tab here. So I have a humongous building apparently. Let's build one there, I guess. What do you take? 20 logs and 40 stone. We should have all of that. I did go through and double check. So if we go to combat here, it says Dantian Unawakened, and I have that on everybody. So nobody has that. Hopefully this will allow us to do it. Otherwise, I am like really, really stuck. Stone table for disciples to dine at. While one may eat standing, sitting is clearly more dignified and comfortable. All right. I kind of think we're gonna turn this, I don't know. I kind of want it to be a dorm room, but on the other hand, I kind of feel like we should probably have storage. This is like way better storage than what we have going on over there. We move this storage into here, and then we move the beds into there, and then we replace this with an actual like sleeping arrangement maybe. Yeah, I think that's going to be my plan. Yeah, we could have so much more storage in here because I could go second layer with double. No, I want to cancel those ones. Game, you gonna let me select those? I do find their selection mechanics a little weird. Like it's clicking on the wall. I don't want the wall. I feel like we need to be able to hide walls if you're gonna make me do something like that. Okay, and then shelf, I want them here. There we are. All right, so that is 14 shelves. They look to be at least triple what we're currently putting on that. All right, Whooping can also do some construction, so he will help with that. Panhu is on it, constructing that arena. All right, I hope this is the case. I really hope this is the case where I'm stuck. I don't know. In some of my search, it was claiming that we should have had some elixirs. If we had elixirs, they rotted outside because I definitely do not have them. Okay, now we have the arena. Yeah, look, Danton XP. Yep, okay. Perfect. Change owner. What was that? Decide who gets to own the facility. Yeah, it's going to be shared. Nobody gets to own that at the moment. Okay, now when they get to their schedule, so at 2100 or 2000 hours, they should go do some martial practice, I hope. So by the end of the day. Master, my name is Liu Tending. This hoe has broken through 10 mu of wasteland, and I'm covered with rice seedlings with a floral raincoat 3 times in the rainstorm. As long as I'm given a piece of land to settle down, I'll make wheat ears sprout even from stone crevices. Oh, it's a dude. Ugh. All right. Well, you could be our farmer. All right. Well, that means I do need another mat. There you go. And work. You better have good farming skills. Let's actually wink out of there for a second. Let's actually see what you have. Skill. You absolute liar. You absolute liar. You have 5 farming. Apparently he's smart enough. Oh, no, that's Wu Ping. Okay, very weird. This is in the opposite order I would expect, by the way. I expect him to be at the top, and he is not. All right, you didn't lie to me. I guess we won't cane you. Okay, so plant. That's going to be your number 1 priority. That is not your problem anymore. For now, no. You may also mine. You may also cut. No forging, no tailor, no craft, no research. Heal people, no. Recuperate's fine. I don't know. We'll see if taming ever comes up. Okay. Now, who was... Okay, you were trying to help with that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's actually do this for her. I just want her to do the cooking first if there's any cooking that needs to be done. Okay, you're absolutely miserable at that. We'll leave that alone. Okay, I really hope that we see them go do some practice there. Okay, everyone's on our main schedule. That's fine. I really hope they have some cool animations and they actually like practice with each other. That's my hope. I think we're out of logs. Poplar. What do you give? You also, the bamboo also gives logs? Okay. Not sure. I hate to chop it down because I think it looks very cool, but we need the materials, so hey, you're not done growing. I try to chop only things that are full grown. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did we freeze up? Oh, that's not a good sign. Okay, hang on, builders. Okay, well, that's not a good sign. We did have a, I'm gonna call it a hard crash. I had to Control delete the game, and apparently we were back before we had even built the arena on the last save, so I just quickly went ahead and caught us up to kind of sort of where we were. Okay, cancel you, you're not in the right direction. I'm building the arena. I've added some light because apparently they don't like being in the dark, and maybe they're going to be here practicing, so I figured that. I do see people here, so I definitely got that done faster than we did last time. And then just to finish catching us up, I need shelves. Yeah, and I want all along the end there, and then there. All right, that's a lot of storage we're building, but hopefully that will just hold us for a while. Another thing I noticed when I was clicking around earlier, I didn't comment on this before, there's switch type. So there is all kinds of different things. So like a bedroom here needs all those different, so we need like a rest facility, we need a light, and we need an ornament. And it needs to be room size of 16. So a 4x4 would be considered a bedroom. So I think when we try to start making them some stuff, we will do that. We'll build a little area over here that has better... Okay, good. This is what I want to see. Okay, what we're going to do here, so does that... We're just unawakened. I guess I don't have a progress bar. So I'm going to go into work, schedule, and I am going to add a new schedule. And I guess we're going to leave that on work. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to have whooping, and he's going to cultivate. He's going to cultivate all day long. We need to get him broken through so that we can continue on. So we will do that for the time being. He'll keep the same relaxation schedule, he'll keep the same sleep schedule, but he'll just keep working. I do notice we're getting different amounts of XP. That must be based on some sort of trait that people have. Where are your traits? Where are your traits? Overview, attributes, techniques. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Progress. All right, but that's not the... There we are. Okay, under profile. Sharpshooter, martial, lightsaber. Okay, so she has nothing that speeds her up. I should be on fast play here. If we look at Wu Ping, that's weapon skills. I'm gonna guess that's not it. I don't think that we get that for breakthrough. I could be wrong about that. Okay, food is becoming a major concern. We have some jerky, but it's not going to last very long. We're 70% grown on the grain. I'm very curious to know how much grain we're going to get per square. Also, we are slightly behind in time from where we froze up, unfortunately. So we don't have that recruit. So it is what it is there. Hopefully that was a little bit of a one-off. I was having to alt-tab back and forth in a whole bunch of times, which some games definitely do not enjoy. So I'm hoping that that was the problem. And we don't have deeper things because, yeah, I'm enjoying it. And I just won't put up with too many issues like crashes. That's just not worth my time. So I hope that's not the case, because I would like to explore this a little bit deeper. I don't need hay at the moment. And we can see here, we are insufficient logs and a lot of sticks. So I'm going to do several extra logs, and then we're going to come over here, and we're going to chop. So we need, let's see, 5 of those would be 100, 20, 40, 60. Confirm. We'll get started on that. Oops, yeah, cut that extra birch down. Oh, we got a different recruit. Oh, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. My Dao did not go well with the other gentleman. Huang Ying, female 24. Master, my name is Huang Ying. I think she was one of the original ones. I wonder if there's people who are not on that initial roster that we can recruit. It's routine for me to prepare a feast for 30 people within 3 hours. Oh, no, you're not a... No, you are. Okay. It threw me off because they have the same name. Feast for 30 people within 3 hours. I can even create new dishes from leftovers. The moment I hear villagers' laughter while having a meal, I regain my energy. Sure. We'll take you even though we don't need a new chef. Okay, so bring up my work schedule. So that is you. Let's look at your skills. You are good at cooking and not much else. Okay, so we have 2 people who can do cooking. That's fine. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's fine. So, cook, you may also cook. Not gonna be taming things. You can recuperate. You're not a healer. Okay, you could help with the planting. I think, in fact, I think that's gonna be more your speed. You're terrible at constructing and mining. You're okay at cutting. No forging, no tailor, no craft, no research, no diplomacy. Okay, we will have her do like that. So she can help with the farming. Not as good as the other gentleman, but that's okay. Okay, Whooping is working on getting that open. We're halfway there. Yeah, that was a big... I really struggled to get this. I was searching for things like training. I was not searching for the word arena. So, yeah, that's a big oof on that one from me. Yeah. That could have really been a hard stop. I was searching for sandbag and training, and it was showing me things deep in the research thing. Obviously not something that you would have at the beginning. So, yeah, they really skipped a step here. All right, but now we're off and running. People who have nothing to do, I kind of want them to train. I wish in their free time they would also train if they were wing dingering, rather than wing dingering, but that's okay, I guess, for now. Okay, we need some more logs. Okay, you're not fully grown. You are. We're gonna need some extra logs too, so maybe I do need to get some pine growing. Okay, unknown lush tree. We'll go ahead and do an observe there. And I guess we should harvest some of this other stuff. So let's harvest the millet. Can I do this? Millet. Cancel harvest. Okay, hopefully that's going to get all of them. And that's going to give us some amount of millet, which then we can make porridge out of. Yeah, it's going to have to be porridge. We will do forever. Confirm. All right, because I'm down to 25 jerky. That's obviously not going to carry us through. Now, what do we got here? Unknown white crop. Observe it. Corn. All we have is cut. Output when harvested. You're 100% grown. I'm gonna assume that maybe you're not in the right time period or something. Discovered apricot tree. Apricot tree. I got a big old ancient apricot tree at my place. I'm hoping that the recent freezes we have didn't kill off all my blossoms, because I would love to get some harvest. Last year, I had a pretty good crop, and it got so hot so fast that it like cooked my fruit on the vine. Like it was no good. I didn't get like anything, unfortunately. Okay, well, if you are something we're going to be able to harvest for food, and the autumn it bears red fruit, I would describe apricots as orange, but sure. Or one might even say apricot colored. All right, that's all weeds. I'm looking for some more millet. None of that was millet. Unknown white crop, we'll observe that. Sleep on the ground. My bad, I totally did not build you a mat. There you go. Okay, and we got storage room now. Okay, storage priority 0. I assume... Okay, this room is not lower temperatures. We've got everything here. So let's do a little experiment. So you... no timber, no stone, no metal. I don't care what else you have. Let's raise your priority and let's see if they move things over. That's what I would like. All right, she's eating 3 jerky. Okay, also, you know what? Oh, the rain. All right, despite the fact that eating outside is probably not going to be that much better, it's probably better that I at least have... Hold on, these were not correct. No, I don't want the table. I want the pier. Cancel. 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 Yeah, it's a little finicky. It's a little finicky. All right, there we are. There we are. Okay, we'll get that belt. You know what that reminds me of? There was a table on top of one of the mountains in Genshin Impact where Zhongli sat and had tea and reminisced about people he used to know. Quite enjoyed that scene. Some of the writing in that game was pretty decent, and then some of the writing was not very decent. Okay, hopefully this means that we will be able to eat here and we'll be less cranky about things. Okay, they're having chats. We're appreciating things. Okay, eat at table. Eat at table. Excellent. Okay, now, we have not awakened our Danton yet. It is hour 10. Why are you doing that? You should be cultivating. Now you're gonna go observe. I did see some chatter that sometimes they're just not doing what you'd ask them to do. I guess it is what it is. It doesn't matter who awakens, just as long as somebody does. I'm not seeing things get moved in here either. So let's force it a little bit. You, depot, keep empty. All right, but what if I didn't want you to exist? All right, we need to go into our settings and our controls. There must be a delete button or something. Resource menu, show hide, crafting, housing, farming, cultivation, rotate, technology, sect. Huh. No, I don't need to save anything. I'm not sure. How do we get rid of this? What was that? Deacons, our first untranslated thing. Rip. All right, well, I'm glad I poked around in there. All right, but I want to see things get brought over there. So, yeah, deconstruct that too. Deconstruct that too. I'm gonna force you guys to do it. Okay, I'm kind of leery about this one. This one has our special stuff on it. We'll take that one apart. I want to see somebody store something here. Now, one thing is, there is one that said warehouse. Room size is 36. We're at 25. So that's a little unfortunate. Maybe this is not future warehouse. A little weird, like they had us build a building of that size with no particular and it's for this. All right, we'll leave it for now. We'll see if something gets stored in there. Maybe we force it a little bit by getting some more wood cut. I'm gonna need it anyways since we were so out. Ooh, gold ore. All right, we will go ahead and observe that. All right, and then over here, what do we all have? Mushrooms, pumpkin, harvest. I don't have any way of cooking meat yet. We're going to need some more research. Let's look at that. So, okay, if we had a bakery, we could make our own flatbread, and that leads towards meat stuff, jerky, and dried fruits. All right, I have 3, but I do not have any more, so we need to be Sect level 1 for that. So I cannot go any further here. Okay, I can do some here. How much do we need? A lot, actually. So 3, 6 would take us through here. We're just gonna need a ton. So let's turn that off. Nope. Let's research. Let's make 16 of those. Now, in theory, no one should do that because everyone should be working on their dantan. Oh, we're eating raw rice. That's not good. What's going on here? Okay, instead, simple cook. Okay, we need flour. Okay, apparently we don't have whatever we need to make flour. We need 10 grains to be able to make forage, yeah, and I would like to do that forever. Confirm. Apparently that just didn't happen. All right, give me a big zoom out. Corn. Okay, millet, harvest. Harvest. All right, we'll try on that. I'm very concerned about us starving. We have a pumpkin, apparently. All right, we'll speed that up. Oh, the trials and tribulations of episode 2, apparently. All right, everyone's resting. I didn't really see as much cultivation as I would have liked to have seen out of Whooping. Our dantan is still unawakened. Yeah, we have no room buffs or anything at the moment. There does seem to be some kind of elemental system. I don't know where I was in that menu where I saw it, but yeah, elements. I wonder if that's going to be something like Amazing Cultivation Simulator, where the elements became very important. We have hungry people. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll tell you what. Maybe we'd be eating some raw meat, but meat's better than nothing. I'm surprised our campfire doesn't just have a simple meat dish. Yeah, meat soup is what we would need. Unlock requires raw meat. Oh, maybe that just means I need meat. Maybe that's not a research? Maybe that's not a research. Okay, maybe this will be better. Hopefully. All right, you're stocking. I think she's bringing back some wheat. No, that was a log. Less helpful. Okay, no one's hungry, so they must have eaten something I harvested. How are we at here? Harvest is ready to go. Relatively difficult to cultivate. Grows rapidly, but has low yield. Oh, well, there's that. Unarmed. Okay, we probably could fix that. We have that spare sword. Nothing else. How did she become unarmed? Are my equipment decomposing? A little bit, but it shouldn't have been that fast. All right, we have some raw meat. Did that unlock the new recipe? It did. Meat soup. Okay, perfect. Okay, meat soup. You can use whatever. Fish, red meat, and poultry. Oh man, are we going to be able to like raise chickens? All right, for now, I'm just going to forever that. Okay, so make porridge and make meat soup forever. Are you coming over here and eating 20 raw meat? You know, some days, man. Some days. All right, we'll queue up some more hunting stuff. Transporting wind cunner sword. Did somebody just drop it? Oh, they're doing the awkward thing where they start trying to take a shot, the animal moves away. Oh, and that deer is dangerous. Okay, I like that you're trying to kite though. That's kind of cool. Okay, you're gonna end up getting a little bit of injury, but again, that's fine. Yeah, there's all kinds of like different parts of your body that can get wounded. I've heard that this is a pretty in-depth system of wounds and whatnot. Okay, we're butchering. The following enemies are attacking the sect. Ah, okay, I'm glad I noticed that. We could have had a bigger pop-up there. They are on the way, and they're heading towards... Okay, so give me... Whooping draft. Oh, she killed a bandit looter? Okay, so that we did have somebody come over here and try to attack us. All right. On him. Draft. On him. All right, let's try that. I guess you're here, so you may as well draft. Don't interrupt my meat harvesting because we are hungry. Injured 1. Yeah, she did get a little injured. We'll treat her here in a second. Are people nearby? Okay, we are on the way. All right, how are we gonna do here? Are we all right? Okay, we're fighting. Let's slow down here a smidgen. I don't want to interrupt what she's doing. Actually, you're acquiring a pumpkin. Okay, you should be attacking Tyrant. You attack that bandit leader. He's had far too much time. All right, now she has taken a few wounds. Where do I see that? Body. Okay, yeah. We do not want body to get to 0. That is no good. That is no good. Oh, stunned. Okay, where's my help? You. Attack that. What are you doing? Attack that. Okay, well, whooping has now arrived. All right, this looter. He seems to have some kind of little shield on. All right, and then while they're taking care of that, remind myself, my healer, Su Ying should be our healer. It's the one who was attacked. Perfect. And our backup healer, I believe, is whooping. Sure is. All right, we're fine. All right, so not in control anymore. Not in control anymore. I want you to heal her preferably. I'm gonna raise that also up to 1. Nobody's gonna help, are they? We're gonna totally do the thing where we just leave her on the ground. All right, I'm gonna allow you to heal yourself. She's just stunned. I hope that means you're gonna wake up and get up in a second. We don't have the recovery bed or anything. Cook some simple dishes. Okay, we have done that, so at least we have some food. He decided to do research. I really need you to not do that, man. I'm not allowed to right click. I mean, can I draft you and wake you up? No. Chronically hungry. Yeah, I bet. Mild pain. I assume that we need to like put her in a bed. Okay, we're also short a bed, I think. Oh, no, it's here. All right, let's change owner. Su Ying is the owner of that bed. Will that encourage them to go get her? Nobody seems particularly worried about this. Okay, we did get some stuff stored in here finally. That's a good sign at least. We're just not gonna do anything about that. Do we have? Okay, we'll look at that in a minute. I did want to talk about that. Do we have anything in here about injuries? We sure don't. Stellar energy system. Okay, we're not to that, whatever that is. That was our sect we came from. Injured disciples need treatment. Try to choose disciples with high healing skills to perform treatment first. Yeah, I have that. Okay, she apparently is getting attacked by a bear cub. Perfect. All right, I don't want you to do research right now, though, man. I need you to go heal. All right, what if we turn your research off? We'll draft you and move you here, and then undraft you. You're gonna go appreciate. Okay, I don't know. Apparently we're not gonna go help. We have heal as #1 priority. We have treatment. We have recuperate. That should actually be #2. Now he's gonna go harvest, even though we're not harvesting. Stunned. Feed some meat soup? Yeah, I can tell that you're starving. Not having the ability of RimWorld where you can select a person and right-click force something is a pretty big ouch. It's a pretty big ouch. Like, I literally have idle people. I have a bed assigned to her. If we look in here... recovery bed would be woodworker. I need to be a level 1 sect to be able to do that, so I just literally cannot do that. I don't know. I guess we just fast forward. I thought she was stunned as in like a skill hit her and stunned her. Oh, okay, she woke up. That was a long stun. All right, and she has some amount of food. And she's treating herself. Okay. That was rough. That was exceptionally rough. I don't know why no one would come and grab her. Also, did you just teleport? She did. Okay, so maybe she was bugged? Okay, that's, I'm gonna say that's strike 2, game. You're on rough ground at the moment. I do appreciate the lighting here, though. That looks pretty nice. She's depressed. Yeah, I bet. She's very, very wounded. We gotta be careful with her. I don't even know why you were all the way out there, if I'm being honest. Let's lower those. Maybe she can stick around here and do some chores, or... You know what? Here's what we'll do. We will switch her work schedule to the training schedule. Maybe she'll follow orders and she'll stick with that. All right, do we have anybody who has unlocked it? No. No. Okay, so I guess we're just working on our Dantangs, trying to get them to unlock. I have no idea how much XP we need. Pure guess 100 would make sense to me, but I have no idea if that's the case. He's over there eating a pumpkin. We have 12 pumpkins. And that is it for food. I'm guessing that, yeah, you didn't get butchered, but you're queued to be butchered. I mean, that's, again, fine, but... Alright, the deer were a little much for us. I think we're going to stick to bullying rabbits for the time being. We need to unlock our Dantang, and then that will probably not be a problem. Alright, let's zip for it. Also, the temperature seems to be better now. As in, like, working. So, 6 is rather chilly. Okay, so her extreme hunger is getting treated, I assume, by eating, basically. And her body is healing slowly. Yeah, I know we haven't injured. She's healing up. Alright, can I... Okay, I can at least shrink that for the time being. So we have the arena to get that. We have made the table so that we're not eating on the ground. People are going to lose their minds. Okay, a millstone. I assume that we could use to make flour. Not construct near a building entrance. I will probably build an actual kitchen thing over in this area. For now, though, maybe we'll plunk it there. Okay, that's going to be how we're going to make flour. Haystack. Some decorative sundries cannot be used in practice. They can add a touch of aesthetics. Okay, I don't care about that at the moment. Apricot trees and mushrooms. Minimum growing temperature is 15. We're coming towards summer. Maybe that will help. Sure, let's try to build a 5x5 of mushrooms. Maybe we should have grown more wheat. I think... I don't know. This looks like it's ready to harvest. Its growth is 100%. Need farming 8, though. I wonder if we just don't have enough farming to actually harvest that. That's exceptionally rough. If we look at here... I assume farming means plant. Yeah, we have nobody who's good enough to harvest the wheat. That, okay, I mean, that's a pitfall. That's a pitfall. And are we gonna have anyone who's good enough to do this? No. Yeah, we literally are not gonna be able to harvest anything we're growing. We get farming XP by planting things. I guess I'm gonna set up some more plots with the thought that that will get us XP, and then maybe we can get high enough to actually be able to harvest. So the person who is in charge of that... Okay, I really, really want just the one person, because I'm going to need that person to get to level 8. Okay, we are harvesting. Okay, we have some raw meat. I wish you would harvest or carry it back. She's gonna go pick up the raw meat and eat it, isn't she? No, okay, good. It looks like she was cooking it, maybe. Or at least took it to where it could be cooked. It is so much more efficient to actually have things get cooked. Okay, good. That's something at least. Insufficient materials. We need some hay and some sticks. Alright, can do. Give me some hay. Okay, mushroom. I'm gonna try harvesting the mushrooms via the cut, and we'll see if that works. Okay, I do get farming XP for cutting the hay. That's notable, I suppose. Some more millet. Unknown fruiting bush. Okay, we'll check that out. I'm looking for easy to grab sticks, and I'm guessing that's not going to be the case. We seem to have grabbed all the nearby ones. Here we are. Nope, never mind. That is hay. All right. Do we have any? No. I need kudzu bushes. There we are. Cut. And millet harvest. All right. We'll see if we can get something from that. That is really rough that we don't have a single crop that you can harvest at 5 skill, which is the most common skill level. Okay, we're getting various things, but they're not getting cooked. Veggie soup. Okay, we do have some vegetables. Let's also do that forever. Now, hopefully, we're not running into the problem where because they're not able to do that, they're going to do nothing. I hope that's not how that works. We are adding fuel. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. We have sticks and hay. In fact, I could probably... Okay, that's only 4. Hold on a second. All right, we're going to need quite a bit more of this harvested. I was thinking these were like 60 or something. We need 60. Got it, got it. All right, do a bunch more of that up. Okay, and the cutting of the mushrooms did work. So I think for the corn, we'll go ahead and cut it and see what we get there. All right, we'll let that go. Yeah, I think if I'm going to start another one, I would definitely want to start with 8 farming on somebody. I don't think any of the ladies had 8 farming. So I'm guessing a dude does. And if he doesn't, then that is just exceptionally rough. That you can't start the game with anyone but your Sect heir having any farming. Yeah, see, he's sad about raw food. Oh, no. Oh no, although I ate something, it felt a bit lacking. Okay, he didn't like that we ate, like, lower end food. Another piece of untranslated text there, though. Rough, rough, rough. Alright, anybody have their dantan? Despite Wu Ping being told that he should be 100% practicing, he is definitely not 100% practicing. Unawakened. I really wish we had a bar or some indication of what it was going to take to do that. Wait a minute. You guys actually come and eat crops? Okay, good to know. That means you guys are probably coming over here and eating my stuff. Alright, who is our hunter and what is their other job? Also my cook. Okay, that's fine. I really do want her to be the hunter, though, because she's got the bow. And that obviously keeps her way safer than other people. You get cooking XP for butchering. Okay, I guess that works. That's a good combo there, then. Yeah, carry that meat. Only 4. Is 4 going to allow you to cook? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, but that's very, very good that we're actually getting some cooked food again. So a dining room would also be kind of a thing. So like a kitchen area, a dining room, some actual bedrooms would probably help. Yeah, I am trying to awaken, man. I would love it if we could. Wu Ping is cutting grass again. Okay, my man. That's fine, but the problem is you're not following your schedule. We are on Cultivate. I assume this is showing me what hour we're in. 11, yeah. So all of this yeah, is on cultivate. I don't want to take away your relaxation time. And whooping is on that schedule. Yeah, so they're not following schedules. I'm gonna say that's a bug, but that's pretty painful. That's pretty painful. I also wish that when they have time to wander, I wish they wouldn't wander. I wish they would cultivate. That seems a little wasteful to me to have them not doing that. Okay, well, unfortunately, I am out of time here, so we did not make the goal of being able to do the cultivation between the research time and the crash, and apparently my food issues. A little bit painful there, but I will soldier on. I do want to see that at least, and we'll see. Maybe if people are enjoying it, we can turn this into a series. I want to see at least some of the cultivation and see if the system's working pretty well. But for a 1.0 release, I will say this is a little rough, guys. I know they posted and they admitted that, but I mean, you only get a launch to 1.0 one time for most games. So hopefully we will see some rapid fire patches. They have done a couple, so they're definitely working on it. But yeah, not having my schedule work, not respecting the limitations, like him going out and cutting grass when he's told not to, that's basic gameplay. So that's a little rough. All right, well, as always, if you enjoyed my suffering, don't forget to leave a like on that. If you're not subscribed to help I've earned your subscription, I'd love to have you back. And if you want to support the channel, the various ways, super chats, super thanks, memberships, Patreon, they're all available. All right, guys, let me know if you're interested in this one. I think I'm going to continue on. I'm going to commit to at least getting somebody into martial arts. I want to see what the system is like. And then just based on interest, we will continue, or maybe we'll circle back to this one after it gets a few more patches. I will have to see. Either way, get out there and practice opening your Dantein, and I will catch you in the next one. Builders, Babel out.